Hi everybody, I'm Bill Sanders and this is Watch Art Sci, the art and science of watch collection. What I want to do, this is sort of a special little video, and this is to talk about when you see on your watch it says this is regulated to 5 positions or 6 positions or 2 or 3 positions. The, the lower the number of positions of watts, the less accurate it is in terms of your timing on it. So if it says it's regulated to 2 positions, that can be good, but they say I haven't looked at the other position as well. Well, there's 6 positions. The first one is dial up. Let me show you what this looks like. This would be dial up, dial down, crown up, crown down. This, you could also look at it this way too. And then there's crown right and crown left. I don't know if I had that right or not, but close, you get the idea. Now, what we're going to look at today is just the rate. You want to adjust the rate on it, and so that you get it as close as possible to having no variation during a day. In other words, it doesn't gain time or it doesn't lose time. And what we're going to be doing, I put together a little thing here to demonstrate this. And the arm, you can see it on the picture of the movement there. You have one side, you push the needle to one side and it says slow, and you push it to the other one and it says fast. I've done this too. It's slow and here's fast. And what we're going to be doing, that if you have a watch that's running too fast, like +10, you want to slow it down. Okay, so you move the needle over to where it says slow. Also, it says R. It's a French term for retard. And same over here. If it says if it's running too slow, you want to add some to it. If it says like -10, so you want to make it a little faster. And so F for fast and A for avance. So, I mean, this is pretty much it. Now, there are other kinds of things that can be regulated, and you probably need a real watchmaker for this, but this is just from, I mean, this is sponsored by pretentious watchmakers, so you get what you could expect. All right, so let's take a look at this. Now, what I did with this is that here's a time grapher, and this is sort of the clamp that you hold the watch in. And the way I had this is that you start, what I did, I put it in here like this. This is the one we made. And I put it with the dial up, okay? Now, the reason I have it with the dial up, I took off the back, and then I could take a look at it with my time grapher here, and it would tell me how many seconds it was fast or slow. And right here it's showing what +3 and +5. I'm moving it around a lot, and so it's fairly sensitive to noise and movement. So it works on a microphone. So anyway, on a calmer one, I can show you the pictures that I took when I did it. Now here it is with the dial up, and it was -3 seconds. And now, since I wanted to regulate it in terms of make it easy for me, I kept it in the dial down position with the back exposed. I took off the back, and then I took a wooden toothpick. You don't want to use anything metal. You just take a wooden toothpick, and then I took that toothpick, and if it said, like here it said, -3, I would just add a very little to it, okay? If it said +3, I would make it just a little faster, okay? So you don't want to do it a whole lot unless, when I first, after, this was, as soon as I finished completing this watch, I hadn't regulated it at all. it was, I think it was minus 95. And so I had to speed it up. And so I moved it, a lot further over to the fast side, and I moved it too far. And so then it said slow it down some. So then I moved it over to a point where I could, as close as possible, and I finally ended up with +1. Now remember, between 0 and 10, either plus or minus is good. Between 0 and 5 is really excellent. So it's a good thing on the first one. The second position was a crown up. This was really surprising. It was 0 seconds with the crown up. So this was great. With crown down, it was +2 seconds. And again, I didn't change anything here. I could have taken it off the time grapher in this and gone in there and adjusted again. But the problem is that if you adjust it, no matter what position you're adjusting it in. Now, in the Swiss and other watchmakers, they have much more sophisticated, not only more sophisticated devices, but they don't have us pretentious watchmakers helping them out, slowing things down. But at least you can see, if you set it with the dial down, and you're getting numbers like this: 0, that's really good; +2, that's really good. Everything is in excellent shape with that. The final one was crown right and crown left. You can see on that, both of them had 0. Now this was even though that the dial down had +1. Most of the other ones were 0 or near 0, and in all of these different kind of positions that this went into. By the way, this is set up so that you can change the positions and all of the different kinds of things, so you can do that. This is a very inexpensive time grapher. It was the cheapest one they had on Amazon. I think it was about right around $100. Let me tell you, they're great to have. I got a brand new watch, and I put it in, and this had been, I think it was 5 or 6 positions it had been adjusted to by people who know what they're doing. And I think it was like -1 or +1 or 2. Oh, no, what it did was really interesting on here. It went -1, 0, +1, 0. I mean, it was really well regulated. And so, it's the kind of thing, but if you don't want to have to, pay for a watchmaker to regulate your watch, this is a very simple thing to do. Just, really what you're doing is you're just changing the rate to make it as close as possible so that you have 0 ahead or 0 behind at the end of the day. Anyway, that's my sort of for pretentious watchmakers, I'll put it that way. Works out fine. Let me know what you think. And until next time, this is Bill Sanders for Watch Art Society, the art and science of watch collection.